So welcome again. In the previous video, we saw the scenario 1, right? In this scenario, notice that now we have ages, right? But we still need to know the number of friends. So this is 5 close friends. Their ages are given, right? So 3 questions, remember. What do we want to store? Ages. How many elements? 5. What are we storing? Numbers. So let's go into coding. This is where we left off. So for this previous one, we said we don't know the ages ahead of time, but we know we definitely need to know the number of elements. So now I will go ahead to create a new file, and this is, I'm going to call this Java, and this is what I was asking you to do the other time. I'm just going to call this old main.java. I don't want to add it. I'll take everything I have here. I'm just going to copy from line 2 all the way through to here. In fact, I'm just going to cut that, come into old main and paste it here. Get back here, and I will do public static void main string over argument, and now we are ready to go. So now the question says we have 5 close friends. So we know their ages, we know what these are, and all we just want to do is just to initialize, and with these variables, with these values rather. So let's go ahead to do this real quick. Again, we still start by saying these are all going to be integers. It's an array, remember. We said the square bracket is what tells you that, hey, this is an array. These are all ages, and we can just say here, ages equal to, in curly bracket, we want to type in the values. So I'll head over here, 15, 16, 16, 19, 13. So here, we'll type 15, 16, 16, 13, 19. And with this, we are done. That is all we need to set these values, or to initialize an array with value preset. So how then can we access these elements? So again, remember how that in the previous video we said if we want to access the first element, we can say the age, or this time around, let's access the third person. The age of my top third favorite friend is. Now, this can be tricky, and notice how that here we don't have anything, right? Because we know the value, we know the values ahead of time. In the previous video, we didn't know what the values were, and so we had to say ages equal to new int, and in square bracket we specify the number of elements. In this case, we want to access the third favorite friend. The third favorite friend is this person right here, right? But in order to access that, remember, we said that to access, what do you use? The index. So what's the index here? Again, from one of the previous videos, remember, we said you start counting at 0, right? To get the index. So if we start counting at 0, we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, and that is the third person. So we want to come here and say ages and 2. I hope this is clear. The third person here can be accessed using index 2. And so let's say it like this. The third person here, or the third element here, is the same element that has an index of 2. So if we go ahead to print this now, let's see what we have. We have the age of my top third favorite friend is 16. And let's just say we want to print the top first favorite friend. What do you think that would be? This one, right? Because this is the first friend. But how do we access these? Again, index starts at what? Indexes start at what? 0. So for that, you want to type here 0. And when we print that out, what we should get is the age of my top first favorite friend is 15. That is how you access specific items. But it still doesn't make any much sense, right? How do we access? If we want to access all the values in the array, what can we do? How can we access everything? Or in fact, let's just say we want to print out their ages. How can we go about doing that? How can we do this? And this is what we'll look at in the next video. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. I'll see you in that one. Bye for now.